On this video, I'm going to show you how to sketch the general shape of a graph when it's in factored form like this. So when it's factored like this, you can tell what its roots are. This gives you a root at 0, this gives you one at 7, and this gives you one at negative 12. So I'm going to put a dot at 0, a dot at 7, and one at negative 12. Okay, and you don't have to worry about this being completely to scale, just label the points. Just label the points. Okay, so you need to know what degree this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 degree. If you were to multiply this out, you would end up with an x to the fourth. So it's a fourth degree, which has the general shape of being like a W. So we need to have that general shape with these things. Now, it's going to cross at both of those, but it's going to bounce at this one because it's squared. So if I do this general shape, if it starts like that, it's going to bounce at 12, cross at those two. So, if it starts, oops, let me move this. If it starts up on the right, it's going to cross at 7, then it's going to look something like this. And then it's going to cross at 0, so it's going to look something like that, and then it's going to bounce at negative 12. So you don't know exactly how high it goes. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to show me that it crosses at 0 and 7 and bounces at negative 12. Now we could have one that's negative. We could have a negative 2 and then an x plus 3 squared and maybe an x minus 19. Okay, so this would be a third degree. If you were to multiply that out, you would have an x to the third, but you'd also have a negative 2 out in front. So x to the third normally goes like this, but it's negative, so it's going to go like that. Okay, so put your roots down. This is at negative 3. This is at 19. So 19, negative 3. So it's going to bounce here, and it's going to cross here. So it's going to start down on the right, so it's got to do something like this, and then it's going to bounce at negative 3. And it needs to show that it touches it, but doesn't cross. So that's it. If you happen to have one with an imaginary root, let's say you have an x squared plus 7, and you have an x minus 9. Okay, this is also going to be a third degree, so it's going to look something like this, but it only has an x-intercept at 9. So it has to be this shape, but it only crosses there. So it could do something like this. Okay, you need to show me that you know that it's a third degree, but it only crosses in one place. There's more than one right answer for this because you do not need to know where it does that. So another student might say, well, here is 9, and it's going to cross here and do something like that, and then do this. That would also be correct because this is a third degree, and it has only one x-intercept at x equals 9. So either of those would be correct.